Aztecs again unable to put touchdowns on the board when it counts. This time it cost them a loss on the road against the Cal Bears of the ACC. Final score 31-10. This is the post-game edition of Aztecs All In. Steve Perez here with Louis Weiner along momentarily. Aztecs now 1-2. They started this game with another quarterback because of a left knee injury to their number one, Danny O'Neal. Instead, it's redshirt freshman Javance Tupuata Johnson at the helm. We'll be calling him JTJ for short. But for someone pressed into action, only taking first-team snaps for the week, he had a decent game. It's just that the Bears QB was better. JT ended 13 of 29 for 156 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Bears Fernando Mendoza better, 21 of 29 for 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also extended some plays with his feet. He had a long run of 10 yards, but ended up with net negative because of the Aztec sacks. Also, many of Mendoza's completions came as the Aztecs were blitzing. He did a solid job of putting that ball in those spaces left open by the Gambles. His team is 3-0, and the Aztecs with some work to do heading into a bye week. Louis?
Hello, Steve. For the second time in 3 weeks, the Aztecs debut a true freshman quarterback in Javance Tupuata Johnson, who is from Oakland, playing in Berkeley tonight, not far from where he grew up. And it was a lot to ask of the freshman. While he played pretty well in spurts, his inability to extend drives on third downs gave Cal the chance to run 71 offensive plays during the game. The Aztecs ended up just 5 of 16 on third down opportunities. And on defense, the Aztecs gave up 473 yards in total offense, including 275 on the ground, and that meant a number of big second-half chunk plays, including a 57-yard run by Jet Thomas and a 60-yard run by Kadarius Callaway. It was the ground game that allowed Cal to pull away in the second half. But let's talk about the first half, Steve.
So Cal wins the toss, elects to get the ball. We're off. Pooch kick by Aztecs Nick Lopez to keep it away from a Bears return man in Noel Williams, who is dangerous. Aztecs Gabe Placentia apparently not making this trip because of injury. Promising start, though, by the Aztecs defense. Tiny Latuli blasts in from linebacker for the sack. Cal, though, big completion on second. A mix-up on patterns on third. Promising start for the Aztecs D, 3 and out on the road. Big first possession for the Aztecs now with JTJ leading the charge. He played his high school ball a few miles away in Chaminade. Drive starts with 2 determined carries by Marquez Cooper, netting a first down at midfield. 2 plays later, JTJ's first pass going deep to Jashawn Pokes, incomplete. The first third down attempt for JTJ. Aztecs 3rd and 7 at midfield. Cooper with another carry to bring up 4th and 1. And we'll get our first flag of the night, offside on the offensive line to force a punt instead. Cal starts their drive at the 10. They get pushed farther back with their penalty. Eventually, 3rd and 6 on their own 14. Another big sack for the Aztecs D. This one on third down. Trey White this time from the blind side to really lay some old-style Aztec wood on Mendoza. Aztecs' second possession will benefit from a Cal holding in Cal territory at the 40. Aztecs, a great play for a downfield completion nullified by a lineman downfield. Ulugalu Masaiuli. Aztecs then behind the chains, and JTJ will go down with the sack just like that, 2nd and 19 in 2 plays. A middle screen to Jude Wolf brings up 4th and 6th, and what a catch by Nate Bennett over the middle. At the Bears 25, refs will review this one for targeting, and fifth-year senior safety Craig Woodson is disqualified for Cal. His shoulder contacts the receiver's head, half the distance to the goal to the 12. 1st and 10 Cooper carry, a scramble by JTJ, 3rd and 9 at the 11. The third down pass on target. There's Noah Williams again, though. He breaks it up, incomplete. Nick Lopez makes a 29-yard field goal. It'll be an 8-play drive, Aztecs up 3-0. They will follow up with another pooch. Bears' third drive starts at their own 35. It starts out with their first down in 3 plays to midfield. They're behind the chains with a penalty, but not for long. Javian Thomas gets outside for 37 yards to the Aztec 18. 2 plays later, the quarterback Mendoza gets even for the earlier sacks, an 8-yard carry for a TD. So despite the Bears' slow start, They lead 7-0. Aztecs have another sharp pass completion on offense. It is nullified by another lineman downfield, but they will overcome on 2 runs for a first down. And then that's followed by another penalty. This one a false start. They'll have a screen call that is blown up. And this one also includes a flag. And Cooper is going to be flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. He shoots the bird after the play's over to Cal's sideline. Come on, Coop. 3rd and 30, and that's Q1. And here's Coach Sean Lewis at the break on ESPN about the penalties and his defense.
We've got to have great personal discipline, right? Great self-discipline to control our emotions in the moment while we're competing at a high level. I mean, they're doing a great job settling in. We just got to respond here and be in our fits properly.
Key to this quarter from the couch, can the Aztecs stop the run that killed them last week? Apparently they cannot. Mendoza running for a big gain on 3rd and 5, but it comes back as the Bears are flagged for holding. It would have been a sack. 3rd and 15, Calzone 30, no matter. A deep pass completion down to the marker. The refs call it a first down, but a second look. It's instead 4th and short at their own 45. They will go for it. The Aztecs will get a great stop by the defensive line. Aztecs take over on downs at Cal's 45. JTJ to poke for a big gain to the 30, and then under pressure, he almost throws it away with a late pass over the middle, but instead this one falls incomplete. He'll learn. 2nd and 10 at the 30, and dang it, can we play some football here instead of watching Aztec linemen get flagged for offside? No. 2nd and 15. A big loss by JTJ then will follow. No one's open. He will go down with a big sack despite a scramble. This drive going backward, 3rd and 24 in their own territory, and that will come up incomplete. Tyler Pastula's punt will bounce forward into the end zone. Bears with the ball on their own 20. Early in the drive, a near big takeaway by Trey White following a tip, but the real takeaway comes 7 plays later. Another Bears 4th and short at the 40. The pass is tipped. Latuli's got it. He will return this for a touchdown, but another freaking flag will nullify it. An illegal block will send it back to the Aztecs 45. 4 plays later, Pastula with a punt. No. On the right, he'll throw complete to Owen Chambliss. On 4th and 4, the drive continues. A couple plays later, there's more laundry on the field. This one's a hold. 2nd and 20. It'll be 3rd and 17, 15-yard average to go on 3rd down to this point. JTJ will complete to LB for 10 yards to the Cal 36. 4th and 7 in the flat to Cooper for the first, but nullified by another penalty. Nate Williams trying to keep Buchanan off his guy. JTJ on the replay looking frustrated by the foul. But more stunting defense by the Aztec pressures Cal QB. They are forced to punt at the 2-minute mark. Mekhi Shaw will field it and attempt to return, but is pushed backward, and another flag. This one, an illegal block, pushes the line of scrimmage back to the 10-yard line. The drive starts with a big 17-yard gain by Cooper, a pass completion to LB for 8. Cooper a short run for a first, a deep pass almost intercepted downfield. There's a minute left in the half. Cooper met by a defender behind the line of scrimmage. This will bring up 3rd and 11. Michael Harrison, a middle screen for a first down. Good call. And then another false start. Man, AztecFAST growing pains here, folks. No huddle, a tough offense to get right and get coordinated with all the moving parts. There it is. There follows then an ill-advised late heave downfield by JTJ under pressure. It is underthrown. Noah Williams is under it. Cal with 26 ticks in their territory. They get it to their own 46 and 2 pass plays with 20 seconds left. They will keep heaving it downfield. Pick up a pass interference with a couple ticks left. It's a spot foul. Cal's Ryan Coe will come on for a massive 62-yard field goal attempt. That is well short. And so like last week, Aztecs holding their own in the first half against a determined foe, trailing 7-3. Key first half stats: Aztec penalties, 13 yellow flags, 100 yards, 3 Aztec sacks, and the interception. Again, defense keeping their team in this game. How about that second half, Lewis?
Steve, the Aztecs get the ball to start the second half, down just 4 points, but can't do anything with it. They go 3 and out, including a 3rd and 11 incomplete pass from Javance Tuapata Johnson, at that point making the Aztecs 1 of 9 on 3rd down. Cal takes full advantage, going on an 8-play, 85-yard touchdown drive The big play coming on 3rd and 1 from Cal's own 36-yard line, a 57-yard run by Jet Thomas all the way down to the Aztecs 7. Then Kadarius Callaway goes untouched for a 7-yard touchdown to make it 14-3 Cal. Aztecs get a bit of a break thanks to a 15-yard penalty called on the Cal fans for throwing stuff onto the field, which led Cal coach Justin Wilcox to make this announcement to the fans.
We love you. Stop throwing the cards on the field. That's 2 15-yard penalties. Please stop throwing the cards on the field.
I have never heard that before. So Cal starts this drive on its own 10-yard line, but the Aztecs have no answer this time around. Despite a 2nd and 3 sack from Tapu Alualu, the Bears convert 3 different 3rd down plays and get all the way down to the Aztecs 37. Then, after a pass interference call on Bryce Phillips, which was the 15th penalty of the game, that was followed by a 20-yard touchdown pass from Fernando Mendoza to Corey Dyches, rubbing up a 13-play, 90-yard drive. With the third quarter winding down, the Aztecs get the ball back, but again, can't do anything with it. Aztecs go for it on 4th down and 2 from their own 32-yard line, but Tuapata Johnson slips going back to pass, loses 7 yards. Cal takes over from its own 25, and that's where the third quarter came to an end. The fourth quarter started with a Trey White sack, the 6th on the night for the Aztecs, to make it 4th and 15 from the Aztecs' 31-yard line. So Cal tries a 48-yard field goal, and it's good to make it 24-3 Cal. The Aztecs' next drive doesn't start off too well. Javance goes deep to Jordan Napier along the sideline, but he drops the ball. However, the Aztecs bounce back. After 2 5-yard runs from Marquez Cooper, Tuapata Johnson goes 18 yards to tight end Jude Wolfe, then another 6-yard completion to Lewis Brown, and then Tuapata Johnson tries Napier again. This time he does not drop it. Napier goes 40 yards for the touchdown, breaking 4 tackles along the way, and suddenly it's 24-10 Cal. So with 11 minutes left in the game, can the Aztecs come all the way back? Well, not after Cal's next drive. In the blink of an eye, the Golden Bears go 75 yards in just 3 plays. The big one, a Kadarius Callaway 60-yard run that goes down to the 15, then Mendoza to Isaiah Hunter for a 15-yard touchdown pass. That makes it 31-10. 9:48 left. Aztecs try to make something happen. After a 10-yard run by Marquez Cooper, a pass from Tuapata Johnson goes through the hands of Jordan Napier and is picked off by Marcus Harris. That's the 9th pick of the season for Cal in just 3 games. But the Aztec defense continues to play hard, forcing a turnover on downs on 4th and 1 in Aztecs territory. And then the Bears do the same, forcing a turnover on downs. They try a 37-yard field goal that's missed. Aztecs get the ball back in garbage time and hand off a few times to Lucky Sutton and run out the clock. Aztecs fall to 1-2 with a 31-10 loss.
On the post-game show for the Aztecs on AM 760, Coach Sean Lewis has some initial thoughts on the night's performance, about his team, the team he faced, and some of the positives, such as that big run by Napier on the touchdown.
I think that was a good team that we just played in Cal, obviously well coached, and we have a good team. And, we show that in moments where we execute at the level that we're capable of. We got to continue to do a great job, obviously, refining that through the day-to-day process as we continue to go forward. But, really proud of our kids, really proud of our club, really proud of their fight for 4 quarters, and looking forward to, attacking the bye week the right way and tightening some things up so we can execute more consistently at a higher level. We preach all the time to all of our ball carriers that we want them to aggressively pursue the goal line on every single touch, and he embodied that on that play. And it's great to see that come to life because that's what he was able to do during training camp and earn that role and earn that playing time. And again, right, it's a very clear example of, practice repetition is game reality. That's not a surprise to anyone in the organization. Jordan made a great play. O-line did a great job protecting for him, and we executed really well on that play.
On JTJ, he said that he did a nice job managing what they asked, showed high football IQ with some checkdowns, threw a nice accurate ball, especially on that scoring drive. He said Danny O'Neil was doing well in his improvement, but not quite 100%. That's why they went with JTJ. He felt JTJ gave him the best chance to win on this particular night. Defense played well for initial part of the game, and some of their leaders, he says, are doing consistently well. He's looking for it from everyone. Yes, too many penalties. He was asked about the officiating and said he had no thoughts on that. Aztecs going into a bye week before they take the road and play Central Michigan in a couple of weeks at a game time that is still to be announced.
That'll do it for this post-game edition of Aztecs All In. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can also drop us a line at aztecsallin@gmail.com or follow us on the X at Aztecs_all_in. So, for Steve Perez, I am Louis Weiner. Until next time, take care.